when I talk about a few people sitting here on our Sunday meetings, we're talking about now, remember strategic management under conditions of repression? First you scan the environment. What do you think we've been doing? We've been functionally scanning the environment, but we've also been working. You know, we've been doing at the same time because that's part of our process. We've been doing while we've been scanning. And scanning the environment means a new scan. Each time we scan, we didn't come up with this, okay. Then a plan. The plan or the strategy, the big strategy is happening right now. The big plan is formulating right now. It's already formulated in the minds, just we haven't. If I were to collect all of the little papers and put them all, a little stack, the plan would be right there already. But it'll be formulated a little more. We'll put them on these. I don't know if you saw some of the CDs down there from way back. They had planning, organized planning. They had certain subjects.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. And we'll do that again, except on a higher level. That's all, a higher level, more elevated. And those were good for that time. That's where we was. But now, see, this is about evolution. The other people, they wouldn't know that we have evolved. If they were just looking from the outside, they just said, shit. Ain't nobody going there hardly. Yeah. Right?
Right, yeah.
Because that's how their mind functions.
Yeah.
But that's not the way we are. We on a roll, and anybody that got any sense could be able to tell by the subjects and the, not urgency, but it's about time now that has to do with the doing. A lot of this is going to be dealing with organization and what have you. Because you have to be organized and you have to be focused. All those things that deal with organization and being organized. This is a great adventure. These periods, that's what, hey man, it's a great adventure. Why? No, simple. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I could sleep a certain amount of hours. In the last week, I can only sleep so much. That's it. So I already know everything is, when you've been trained, all of your stuff, when you go into a new thing, your body, your being knows what it's going to take to get the job done. Yeah. So you're already into a training mode. You're training, self-training, external training, what you hear, the messages you receive, all of that is elevating. That's happening right now today. That's happening. And yeah, the focus, all of that is here. Just remember, we're doing a lot of stuff, but we focus only on the things that are very important. Right. Yeah, we're not gonna, if it's something we can't do about it, if it's a hurricane down in the Bahamas, we can't do anything about it, so we're not gonna, we'll know it happened, but we're not gonna use up no time on it, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we'll use up our time and energy on what we can do. So that's scanning the environment. That is, followed by a plan or a strategy to do it. Yeah. Right. Then it's the doing. Okay, right now we're into doing. We're already doing. You know, you asked the other day about meetings at certain universities and what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start working on that right away because we're ready to start getting involved. And that would be evolutionary too, remember. We anticipate who we're talking to, what we're talking about, and how it can be helpful. And then we improve. Yeah, you improve. After a month of doing that, you'll be sharp as a tack because you've been dealing with that subject. It's like going out on the court every day, and pretty soon, after being out there for a month, you're back in shape.
Right.
Yeah, you just, all you do is go out there every day and just have a couple of guests. Fine, that's fine. You don't have to kill yourself, but you go out there every day and, every other day, whatever is feast, and off you go. So, other question about how it's gonna get done, who's gonna do it, all of that is self-answerable. Number one, when you get focused, people will come out of the woodwork. There'll be two groups, one that want to stop you and one that want to help you. So you'll use them both. Yeah. And then there's a 15% possibility. If you notice, ever since you've been here, I've always used certain language like, ever since you've been here, I've used certain language about the system. That 10 or 15% of the FBI are honest.
Right.
That they want to do that.
Yeah. Was it true believers?
True believers,
right?
That type of stuff.
Yeah,
they exist. I mean, you would just know that some of them have to be really
right.
Okay. And that's true with every organization. There's some people that just join movements. 10 or 15% of them might be true believers. There may be a whole 50% that couldn't care less. They want a promotion. If you want somebody killed, I'll kill them. If you don't, right? That's okay. And I really believe this now is a critical time. We're not only talking to the people, but we're talking to the government.
Right.
They know what we're saying is right. There's some people in there, well, all of them know we're basically right. But there's some in there that's saying, I kind of go along with this time thing. It don't look, And then they know they haven't been that nice to people.
Right.
Okay? You don't never know how that part's going to come together. But I have a certain confidence that they'll be out of the woodwork. I have that confidence that I've talked to enough of them, and they are skilled at questioning people, but I'm skilled at doing it too. So I know when the last crew was here, I was telling them, I said, 10 or 15% of you guys is probably honest and all that. It's a lot more than that. I said, no. He was saying it from his position.
Right.
That it was a lot of honest FBI.
Yeah, right.
But I mean honest, not honest because they told you there's a lot of terrorists going around trying to kill people and you believe them. So you're honestly trying to find those mythical people, right?
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean that. I meant on our constitutionally honest, emotionally honest, historically honest to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. That's why I bounce between 5 and 15%, 10% easy. it's always true believers, and it don't make no difference. They are there. So, also, the thing about optimism, okay, I'm feeling very optimistic now. So I'm going to, and I can feel that increase coming. So therefore, what I do with people, they're gonna pick up some of the optimism. A lot of them, they're gonna pick up. So I'll begin speaking in more optimistic terms. And not as, and I'll be using a judicial mix in what I'm, what we always use. So I'll do what I always do. I study the audience, who they are. I try to understand their background before I even get there, what they've encountered. And as I'm speaking, I'm gonna throw out stuff to see how they're responding. Are they smiling? Are they mad? Are they, what the hell are you talking about? Right? So you're gonna do that at first to get a feel of who you're talking with. And then you're gonna start rolling because you've got a feel for the audience. And with that audience, let's get the maximum use out of them. And look, the people have, the people are human beings. They're misguided, but the people are human beings. And I think this is about as good a generation as America ever had. This generation, I don't believe, would go out and kill Indians and take their property from them. Not all, excuse me. A large group of them, but not a bigger group as it was before.
Yeah.
Because all of them felt they wanted land. They in Europe, they didn't have no land, because the landed gentry had it all. You come over here, you get you plenty of land. That's why they rushed over here. Land? Right? That means, you mean it'll be mine? Yeah. That's why they covered wagon over here and got on them boats and got on over here. Because it's free land. Okay. Now, we've been around in the environment, and you can judge what our people wanted when we were talking to them over in Iran and other places, what they wanted. And we could judge what we was giving them, and they didn't like that, so they didn't, okay. But also think of when you were taping in some of those programs. Some of the police would be looking and listening.
Right, yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example, especially when we out there in front of the White House. Yeah, this is the setup, they're gonna get ready to do this, they're gonna, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Then the police is thinking,
Yeah.
well, that's exactly what.
Yeah, you had their attention.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed like you had their attention.
No, we had their attention, but the fight was going like we calling it. And they saying, damn, we do that. So we're educating them on who they are too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the education for them. Some proof of it is the next day we down at the White House and the police came by, not at the White House, Congress, whatever it is. The police drive by, what they say, As-Salamu Alaikum. They may be told to do that, but it doesn't make a big difference. For them to do it, I have to do it. And then the groceries following us around and cutting us off to talk to us. You put it on the thing, right?
Yeah, it's on Facebook, yeah.
He had a reason for doing that. Somebody told him to do that. That was his, okay. I know people in different departments, they're human beings, you gotta remember. See, we have to realize where the human beings are. Most of the people are reacting to what they came in contact with. Okay, we can't blame the Negroes because the Negro is taken back to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and that's all they're hearing. They should be space tracking out there, and, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we can't blame them for being back there. So we have to use the best of what came out of that to get them to where we want to go. Right? That's why we can use simple things like Fred Hampton and Mark Clark assassination to show what the FBI and all of them did then. Add 50 more years to that, modernize it, what would they be doing now? And we got a few things we can show them that they're doing right now. Why would they take your mind back to Lady Day? Is it true? Yes, it's true. But why would they focus on getting you back there, getting your mind back there, right? So we got a nice job. It's not an impossible job. And momentum, what we want to do now is become the style. The style. It should become the style. Not a temporary style, but a long-range style. Because you could have imagined that there was a time when they would never have Malcolm X movie or anything unless they control the movie, and then they control how much time he was going to be in Jahiliyyah, which was most of the time in the movie, and a few minutes in Islam, right? Okay, that's no problem. And how they make styles, the Malcolm 10 of them.